After a season full of challenges and a long, exhausting year, there are several encouraging updates emerging for the team, including even more promising news today. Let's dive into all of this now. I'm grateful to all of you for your support. Let's get straight to the point, no more interruptions. I asked you all what you think the team will do in their opening games, more specifically, how they will perform in the first 4 matchups of the season. Without a doubt, there are many factors to consider in these matchups. I gathered all their opinions into a poll. To sum it up, each of these 4 opponents presents uncertain scenarios. For example, when it comes to the Seahawks, we still don't know how Sam Darnold will perform in their offense. We need more clarity on whether Kubiak can take on the role of offensive coordinator independently. So we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the Saints, the question is, who will be the quarterback? Will it be Jameis Winston? That's what the latest reports suggest, but the team still doesn't have a reliable starting quarterback. So that situation remains up in the air. Regarding the Cardinals, they've shown potential in areas like the draft, but the big question is whether they can finally become a competitive team. And of course, we have the Jaguars. Is Trevor Lawrence truly a good quarterback? That's still an open question. I asked for your predictions on the team's performance after the first 4 games, and most of you spoke up. 61% believe the team will be undefeated with a 4-win, 0-loss record. This means the team will win all 4 of these opening games, with 2 on the road and 2 at home. I'm okay with that prediction. 28% of you predict a 3-win, 1-loss record. 3% of you, I'm unsure. When I asked about the record after the first 4 games of the season, the majority, 61%, believe the team will come out victorious in every game with a 4-0 record. The 49ers will win these first 4 matchups, 2 on the road and 2 at home. I agree with that expectation. 28% of you indicated it will be 3-1. 3% of you are being overly optimistic. Well, I'd like to highlight some comments before we get into the good news, but analyzing the entire schedule is tricky. The games against the Seahawks, Cardinals, and Rams are tough to predict, and we'll face each of them twice. Depending on which version of the Houston team shows up, they could also pose a challenge. Looking at the schedule as a whole, I'm grateful for the commenters' contribution. This is one aspect that always gives me trouble with division games, as teams often seem stronger than they actually are early in the season, like what happened with the Cardinals. I've gone through many off seasons thinking this team would be tough to beat, and in many seasons that didn't end up being true. So that's an interesting point to consider. I appreciate the comment and agree. As for the Seahawks, it really is difficult to predict what kind of team we'll have this year. They might turn out to be a formidable opponent. The Rams, in theory, should be better than last year, a complicated rival. However, there are many factors that make me hesitant, such as Stafford's uneven performance last season. Is he on the decline? We don't know. Another interesting comment came from a fan who predicted a 13-4 record. NFC West Division champions, with a playoff game and a Super Bowl chase. I wouldn't say it's an easy situation, but it's definitely a good opportunity for the team in terms of the schedule. Let's dig into this more as we progress with updates from the earlier part of the video, which brings even more good news. If you're already up to date with everything involving the schedule, feel free to move on to the next section of the video. I'll dive deeper into this as we explore updates from yesterday's video, bringing even more interesting information. If you already know all the details about the schedule, feel free to skip ahead by tapping twice on the right side of the screen and proceed to the next part of the video. However, there are several aspects that weren't covered in yesterday's discussion about the schedules because they hadn't been released yet. So, I'd like to give a quick update on this subject. What a transformation 1 year can bring. The 49ers now have 31 extra days, a full month more of rest compared to the grueling 2024 schedule. Of course, last year the 49ers faced an unfavorable rest situation. This time, it seems to be a bit more favorable. Naturally, there are still 2 games to be decided at the end of the season, and we don't know exactly how that will unfold. But assuming all games take place on Sundays, everything lines up this way. The 49ers have the least demanding schedule according to last season's performance. They really have the lowest strength of schedule, which is good news. I was momentarily surprised, wondering if I'd misinterpreted it. They have a positive differential in terms of rest compared to their opponents, ranking third in the National Football League. They will only face 4 games against teams that made the playoffs the previous season. Their defense is young, but they're confident in their ability to make the playoffs in 2025. The 49ers schedule is the easiest since the 2015 Falcons season. None of their last 7 games will be against teams that made the playoffs in 2024. All of this information is very encouraging. The 49ers have the lightest schedule in the league. They won't face teams coming off a bye week or a mini bye, which would also include Thursday night's break. They maintain a positive differential that would have placed them among the top teams last season and continues to feature them among the highlights this season. In this regard, when analyzing the rankings, the Detroit Lions lead with the best rest differential. Both the 49ers and Lions came off a season marked by severe injuries, no doubt. Therefore, taking into account this new rest situation, it seems the league recognized the need to act. Both teams are really standing out. Detroit, for example, has been excelling lately, gaining national recognition. And it seems the league took it upon itself to ease the burden for these franchises, ensuring they wouldn't face such tough rest conditions. When reviewing the Lions' schedule, it's clear they have one of the most challenging ones in the league. This is due, of course, to the division they're in, the NFC North, but also because they face a pretty difficult schedule and could really benefit from more rest days. The 49ers don't fall too far behind in this regard. Upon observation, the Rams have a slightly more difficult challenge than the 49ers, but they also face tougher games. They'll take on the Lions and the Eagles in addition to another tough game they'll have to face. Still, the overall schedule for the 49ers seems considerably better, even with the slight advantage of an extra day of rest. The 49ers are determined to return to the playoffs in 2025. Looking at the predictions, the lowest projection suggests a 10-win, 7-loss record. That's the minimum expectation. It's interesting to note that this seems like an established pattern from the start of last season, before a series of setbacks. The average projection points to 13 wins and 4 losses, while the maximum projection reaches 15 wins and 2 losses. So if the minimum is set at 10 wins and the maximum at 15, it seems quite reasonable. I'm comfortable with the idea of a range from at least 9 wins and 8 losses, potentially reaching as high as 15 wins and 2 losses. Certainly 10 wins and 7 losses should be the minimum expectation. For the 49ers fan base, the mentality should be that they can't afford to lose more than 7 games. Given the analysis of this schedule and the preparation for the playoff run, it's crucial that the team doesn't suffer more than 7 losses, as that would be a significant setback. So yes, I consider the minimum to be a reasonable expectation. It's realistic. As I mentioned, I had a slightly lower goal in mind, but that's just a personal comfort matter. Looking at the preparation for the playoff race, it's essential that the team doesn't suffer more than 7 losses, as that would present a considerable obstacle. Expectations are clearly defined, and personally, I maintain somewhat more modest expectations, but that's tied to my own comfort, not necessarily what should be the case. I'm genuinely excited about the upcoming new season. Plus, I'm currently organizing my data and predictions for next year. While there are still many details to be clarified, these predictions are becoming more refined as the season progresses. Right now, I'm planning 4 games, followed by another 4 games, then 4 more, and finishing with 5 games. I've thought about how many I need to face, so it's really 4, 4, 4, and 5, while I take them on one by one over the next few days. We'll revisit these predictions later in the week, or maybe at the weekend. If you didn't notice, the team wrapped up a deal with their first-round pick, guaranteeing him a fully guaranteed 4-year contract worth $25 million. It's not surprising that the deal was finalized. This type of negotiation is typically expected, but it's always gratifying to see them come to fruition. Another interesting point I'd like to bring up is a revealing article about why a player was considered a good fit for the team's blocking scheme. This article is packed with valuable information and is exactly the kind of positive news fans are hoping to hear at this point in the season as we analyze the draft selections. In the end, it worked for the general manager to select an offensive lineman with a 149th pick. He's proving to be a great fit for the system. One of the key characteristics of Iowa's program is that they use a similar system with various outside zones. This allows an athlete like him to execute the same functions we run, and he does it effectively. Transitioning to meet the blocking scheme's requirements should be fairly smooth. He noted that there are many similarities, but also recognizes areas where he needs to improve in order to contribute effectively to the team. It's a promising start, and it seems that adapting will be relatively easy to meet the blocking scheme's demands. He stated there are many similarities, but also acknowledged areas where he needs to evolve to contribute to the team in the best way possible. While remaining optimistic, the full picture is not yet fully defined. Next, it was suggested that the team might have gone with an offensive player if a specific player hadn't been available at the 11th pick. And the expectation was that another team would pick this player at the 9th spot. It's possible that the team might have selected an offensive lineman who ended up being chosen by that other team. In the second round, the team picked a defensive lineman, having rated him higher than another player chosen immediately afterward. In the third round, the team selected a player with the 100th pick after other teams picked offensive linemen in consecutive selections. Naturally, questions arise as to whether the team missed certain opportunities in these situations, especially considering this didn't happen in the first round. But the idea becomes clear. These players were definitely on the team's radar. There were certainly signs that they were, so let's reflect on that for a moment. After the draft, the team took care of some needs on the offensive line to round out their offseason roster. They signed an undrafted rookie and also added 2 veteran offensive linemen. While it was widely reported that the team also added a veteran, various sources have stated that no final deal was concluded yet. This is quite intriguing, as it was the athlete's agent who made the announcement. To wrap up, there was something I had been expecting and forgot to mention earlier, which was something another player had said. Let me find that again. There are really many areas where I need to improve to contribute to the team in whatever way I can. Did I miss it? Where? Is it? Just a moment. I was eagerly awaiting its arrival and failed to notice that it was actually scheduled earlier, which was exactly what had been mentioned. Let me go back and find that detail again. There are various areas where enhancements are crucial to provide value to the team in any way possible. Did I miss it? Where is it? Just a moment, it might be the first one, and I could have overlooked it again. I usually work a lot in external areas, so seeing a player implement our strategies suggests he is capable of performing well. You know what? I had saved the screenshot and must have overlooked it. Talking about his performance, yes, his stats at right tackle and his experience there. He has also played inside as a left guard. Thus, he has experience in both roles, which matches what the team seems to be searching for in offensive linemen. We experienced a similar situation last year with another player who showcased considerable versatility across different positions on the line. He played almost every position except one during his college football career. Therefore, he has extensive experience. He comes in as an athlete, and consider this. They brought on a player who not only has experience both inside and outside, but also possesses athleticism. Think about it. He was drafted in the 7th round, selected 249 in the 2025 draft class. He received a relative athletic score of 95 out of 100. That is impressive. This rating positions him among the top guards from 1987 to 2025. During that period, he was ranked 87th out of 1,730 guards. That's quite an extraordinary relative athletic score for a 7th round selection. It's remarkable. The organization secured a player who matches their preferred profile. They are looking for someone who fits well within the scheme, is adaptable and versatile, at least from a collegiate perspective. This aligns exactly with what scouts mentioned about another player a year ago, right? Almost exactly 1 year ago, perhaps precisely 1 year ago. So I'm genuinely excited about this prospect. Clearly, another player has also joined from Colorado State. There are a few undrafted talents and free agents who have also signed. We will see how things develop. Was it around August? Almost exactly a year ago, maybe precisely 1 year ago. I'm truly excited about this player. There is clearly another player who came in from Colorado State. Several undrafted players arrived, or a few free agents as well. We'll see how everything unfolds. It's just a 90-man roster, so many will have to be released. But I'm enthusiastic about what the team has achieved so far. Yes, it would have been preferable in some ways to draft an offensive lineman early when there was plenty of talent, but not at the expense of other considerations when it came to those choices. The hope is that these players will become significantly impactful for the team down the line. I appreciate the strategy and planning involved. Share your opinions on the recent selections. If there's a belief that an opportunity was missed by not targeting offensive linemen earlier in the draft, that approach could have been taken. The team opted not to, and we are now 12 days away from organized team activities moving into phase 2. It's coming up quickly, but before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. A recent rumor circulating around the San Francisco 49ers has sent shockwaves through the NFL community. It alleges that star running back Christian McCaffrey was involved in a physical altercation with a teammate during a practice session. Such claims have been met with immediate backlash, as fans and analysts alike consider any form of violence within a professional team environment to be completely unacceptable. The 49ers organization has been quick to respond, emphasizing that they take these reports seriously and will take appropriate action to maintain discipline and uphold the integrity of the team. Christian McCaffrey, known for his versatility and exceptional skills on the field, has been a key player for the 49ers since joining the team. His work ethic and leadership have often been praised by coaches and teammates, making these rumors all the more surprising. Training camps and practice sessions are crucial for team cohesion and strategy development, and any incident disrupting this process could severely impact the team's chemistry and performance. The alleged incident has therefore raised concerns not just about the individuals involved, but about the overall atmosphere within the squad. The management of the 49ers has a reputation for maintaining a strict code of conduct among its players. With the season underway and a team aiming for a strong performance, any internal conflict can jeopardize their goals. In response to the allegations, the front office has announced that they will investigate the matter thoroughly. The organization's statement highlighted that such behavior, if confirmed, will not be tolerated, and disciplinary measures will be enforced to ensure respect and professionalism remain at the forefront. Beyond the immediate disciplinary implications, this situation touches on broader issues in professional sports. The pressure and intensity of competition sometimes lead to tensions, but professional athletes are expected to handle conflicts maturely. Maintaining a respectful and cooperative environment is essential for success, and the 49ers' swift reaction demonstrates their commitment to these values. Fans, players, and stakeholders alike will be watching closely as more details emerge and the team navigates this challenging moment. In summary, the rumor that Christian McCaffrey assaulted another player during practice has created a storm within the San Francisco 49ers organization. The club's leadership is stepping in decisively to investigate and address the situation, underscoring that such conduct is unacceptable. This episode serves as a reminder of the high standards professional sports teams must uphold to foster unity and focus, especially in the high-stakes world of the NFL. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.